Saturday, the 19th of July 2014 has finally arrived. Everyone here is upbeat and excited about the eagerly awaited tour. It's a long trip from Truro, England to Durban via Johannesburg in South Africa.
Not bad after 27 hours of travelling.
What better place to start this film than with our visit to the Kings Park Stadium and then across the road to the Moses Mahabit Stadium. On our visit, the changing room echoes to the sounds of a new kid on the block.
This is your moment of glory. This is when we make our own history. This is when we prove ourselves that we can be an exceptional team. We're a band of brothers. All of you unite. We will not back down. We will fight!
Our first hotel is set right on the coast next to the North Beach. Durban, on the east coast of South Africa, is popular with South Africans and tourists alike. And this is their winter time. First impressions are everything, and Mr. Hooper jumps at the chance to embarrass us all in front of the locals. The first rugby fixture of the tour takes place in Pietermaritzburg, just inland from Durban, and pits the second 15 against Midland Development. Over to Mr. Hooper.
DCW with his final words before our first game on tour against Midland's development site. A truly great game for us to start our tour off in great surroundings and hopefully getting the tour off to a good start.
Don't blame each other, don't get on each other's back, support each other.
So the start of the game, in tradition, all the boys on tour stand and clap the opposition out. The passion you can see from the Midlands development side. Ed Jane, our captain, the shake of the hands, and the tour is underway. Great first catch from Freddie Young, drives forward, good clear out, and here we have a scrum, off the back to Ollie, inside channel ball, Ed Jane, great tackle by Midlands Development. This shows the intensity of how the tour is going to go. Rory Pugh through, first try on tour. Again, Ollie plays it out through the hands, a little bit high at times, a little bit flat, just straighten the line up here from Ollie. Good offload, drives forward again, another good tackle, out to Morgan, great strength, little roll, and he's over. Second try to Truro School. Further words from GCW. The agility and the pace of the Midland development is always impressive, but what's even more impressive is the covering tackle from Matt Paul. But not only stops there, he gets back up onto his feet again, another tackle, Matt Paul. Try saving tackles, fantastic, what a game of rugby. As the boys are clapping our Truro lads in, you can see some very tired and weary faces.
Next up, Hillcrest School, which is a government school and the first soccer match of the tour.
The first photo shoot of our tour, with Toby Robinson at the front trying to get his guns out. Try a little bit harder, Toby.
What's the flight of the ball? What's the pace of the ball? Get to know the player. What's his first touch like? Has he let a couple already slip away from him? They're the things that you have to work out for yourselves in the game. The coach can give you the information, but you have to learn when to apply it.
The traditional handshake at the beginning, which proved this was a really difficult game. Their first shot on target, and we found ourselves 1-0 down. Nevertheless, the boys worked hard in trying to get themselves back into the game with Francis Lowry, combining well with Toby, but unfortunately on this occasion Michael May just hits the side netting. Further good play though from Hillcrest, and they could have found themselves 2-0 up in this game. Again, good interchange from Hillcrest, but there was a great covering tackle from Harry Revel, but just not quite enough to stop them going ahead again. The support on the sideline was terrific, and some of the football also matched that. Curtis Pay here really closing down, staying on his feet, and just does enough to just get a little toe onto the ball, which gets us back onto the attack. That put Michael May through, who again then put Francis through. Good hold-up play, and the centre half with a clumsy challenge gave us the chance to equalise for a 2-2 draw.
One of our first excursions is to the Ftzulu Safari Park and a chance to see a couple of old crocs.
First 15 come out against Hillcrest, hoping to get a first win on their tour. The traditional run-in from the South African school teams, with a lot of the school supporting from the sidelines. It was worth any tour to go and watch this. It proved to be a really physical, fast game. Nice early tackle. Little bit of scrappy play. But Truro do great in turning the ball over early in the game. Curtis and Ben looking after the locals. Bit of wildlife from Mr. Huckle. But we're here for rugby. Crossfield kick puts Hillcrest in front. They followed that with a great conversion from the side of the pitch to make it 7-0. The toll of the tour was already starting to tell on us. Players going down with cramp, but the importance of tank ever so evident. Penalty here, taking the player out in the air. The referee's right on the mark to give a penalty to Hillcrest. Truro continue to battle to get themselves back into the game. Good hands out through midfield to Freddie Young into the corner to make it 7-5. Unfortunately, Toby just found this kick a little bit too far. Had the line, but unfortunately not the distance. Their coach at this point is saying that Truro will not kick from their own 22. We're still 7-5 down with some of the last play of the game going on. Ed Jane with a great break. Two of them to take him down. Looking to recycle the ball. Good clear out from Truro. Back into open play. We need a little bit of magic from someone to win this game. No time left on the clock. Is there anyone there that's able to do that little bit of magic? There it is. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps. Now it's a race for the line. Can the Hillcrest player catch him? No. 10-7. Jubilation on the field. Jubilation off the field.
It was a great game. It was good reffing. I really hate you. It was a brilliant try. Well deserved.
Great try, Charlie. Well done.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed your trip out here. I hope it was good, hard rugby, because that's what it's supposed to be. We know we enjoy our rugby like that, and it looks like you guys have enjoyed yourselves as well.
What better way is there to follow up a successful result than with a cultural evening with the Zulus of Shakaland? In traditional Zulu boxes, our guide shows us around the Zulu umuzi, or homestead, which was first constructed all the way back in 1982 for the film Shaka Zulu, and has since been converted into a unique resort.
Well, right now we are inside the Zulu homestead, and right on top of the table we have got something to explain more about it. We call it isipapa, so called because of the sound it makes when you throw it on the air. The spear makes the sound. No, I'm not aiming at you.
How did I get talked into that?
This is the sorghum that we use to make malt, and this is corn or maize. We grind it using stones to make mealie meal, of which is like powder.
There's more to this fight than meets the eye.
Only those people or those men who are 40 years or up. And this is also used by mamas to discipline their children when they are being naughty.
Our boys are always up for something like this. Next stop, Grantley School in Zululand, and their motto, "To God be the glory."
This would have been our 4th trip to Grantley School to play them in this fixture. On this particular day it's about 29 degrees, mid-afternoon, and for the first 15 minutes Truro desperately struggled to even get out of their own half. Grantley had a player up front, the number 9, who was 14 years old, but showed his class all over the field. Slight change of tactics from Truro. Played the ball a little bit earlier through for Francis Lowry to get onto it, and that was a great finish to put us 1-0 up. We defended ever so well in this game, really holding the line from the halfway, players putting their bodies on the line, and the goalkeeper, Chris Lynn, having a super game as well. The support on this day was better than anything that we've seen on tour. Probably 300 boys and girls cheering from the sideline. And Truro continued to battle. Opportunities came and went, with this one just going over the bar to keep it at 1-0. An opportunity here which we thought we had scored, for only the referee to bring it back for a foul on the keeper. But then with the last kick of the game, a strike, a save, no, a goal. End of the game, 1-1. But what an experience.
Fantastic! Stuck your bodies on the line for every tackle, every ruck, every ball. Yeah, you're absolutely proud as punch of you. You're superb. How does that feel? How does that feel? Yeah! Good lads. Go and enjoy it.
First 15 on our second day at Grantley come out to face their first 15 who had been unbeaten all year. This was their dream team. They've been looking forward to this for 2 years. So had our boys. James Rowe with some words to motivate Truro School. Again, there's that sidestep from Charlie. Recycle. But the intensity by putting Morgan into the stand early on was evident to all. Good break from Grantley. Ball comes back inside. And their 10 shows a little bit of magic to cut between us and score the first try underneath the post. Again, a super crowd at Grantley. Francis Lowry keeps us in the game and keeps the scoreboard ticking over. Grantley did the same.
We have to go back to the...
Another restart, another tackle, another ruck. Another penalty. This time, Grantley unstoppable right on our own try line, puts Grantley further ahead. The headmaster looks on in approval. But we weren't done. James Bishop driving us forward, with Grantley defending for their lives. Advantage being played to Truro. Can we recycle the ball? Yes. We're back in the game. And another 2 points added from Francis Lowry. DeVelt, Grantley's coach, is starting to get worried. Great drive from Truro. We can get players over the ball. Can we win it back? Truro have got it. Pick and drive. Once, held up. Need to recycle again. Need to go to the right. Can we get the ball out to the right hand side whilst they're still trying to get themselves back in shape? There we are. Need to go again. Early ball. Cam Sayer. Try. But back come Grantley, looking to secure this victory. The tackling on the line from Truro was as good as I've seen in any rugby match whilst I've seen the tours. We were desperate not to lose this game. A lot of pride. Another great tackle to push him into touch. penalty taken and converted again.
Get straight, sir, please.
They scrum now, boys!
Make the feet straight, please, sir. Straight, please, sir.
Yes! Yes!
Back came Truro, looking for the final play to try and get another unlikely win after being behind for most of the game. Ball back inside to James Bishop, held up again. Another recycle. GCW thinks it's a certain try. Mr. Huckle thinks it's a certain try. Our players thinks it's a certain try. Referee.
Joe, thank you. Here's the ball.
Thinks it was held up. Scrum 5 metres, Truro. Pushed onto the back foot. The pick going on the short side. Ed Jane on the crash ball. Again defended on the try line. Desperate measures from Truro, but also desperate measures from Grantley. James Bishop driving through. Can he get the ball down? Is it a try? This time it is. Fantastic.
Are you serious, Rick? You serious?
Their coach doesn't believe it is. Their players can't believe it is. Truro School know it is. And after all of that,
Cheers, boys.
sportsmanship shown in its true measure. Match winner, James Bishop. But it isn't going to end there. A bit of bromance with Big Phil Angove, his mentor, his friends, his coach.
First try, boys.
And a little word for the camera.
Quality.
Not too much of a bromance there.
Big man.
But then back with Tank, who's looked after him on tour so far with the injuries. A bit of satisfaction from the two coaches.
What a way to remember your visit in 2014, and I'm sure you'll have that moment etched in your memories for many years to come. So very well done indeed. Thank you again for all that you've provided. Congratulations to your coaches. All your hard work, I think, has paid off, and you must be very proud of your lads. And thank you again for all that you mean by coming and visiting us and providing us with this afternoon's kind of occasion. And you could see by the number of folk we had in attendance here just how well this went down. And yeah, we'll certainly remember this for the grand occasion of rugby that it was.
We arrived at the Hilltop camp in the heart of Shishlui Game Reserve on the middle Saturday of the tour. Shishlui Game Reserve is one of the oldest in Africa. It has a large and incredibly scenic park with rippling hills and lofty viewpoints, which make it one of the best places to attempt to view the Big Five. Although we have 2 game drives at dawn and dusk, it is a time for relaxation and will be one of the major highlights of the tour.